Hey guys, welcome back to your channel and welcome to part 3 of the crazy story of how I met the love of my life. So as always, let me say thank you to everyone who has liked, shared, comment and watched our videos. We appreciate it so much. We can't tell you how grateful we are for your continuous support, and as always, we love you guys. Like literally, we love you guys. So this is part 3, and just to refresh you guys, the last time I was at the place where I came back to the US after his graduation from the military, he coming back to Alaska, me going back to Jamaica after a wedding and all. Now it's time to tell you about me like officially migrating here to the US. So I went back to Jamaica on September 30th. Actually, October 1st. Yeah, October 1st. Cuz after our wedding, I did end up going to my first camp. Is it camp? I don't know what it's called. Like a camp? Like, I think it's camp. Yes, camping with mom. Well, that's my mother-in-law, in case anyone wondered, oh, mom. I'm like, yeah, that's how I call my mother-in-law. And I call my real mom, mommy, or ma, or my whole lady. But yeah, I went camping with mom and grandma and Destiny and our little niece Delilah and Josh, with his side of the family. And it was fun because it was my first camping ever, like go sleeping out in a tent, like literally. I never done that. So that was fun, and I ended up going to Florida to spend some time with my girl Casey and her family. That was fun as well. I'm telling you, they're like family. They're good people. So I spent some time after my program was ended. Bear in mind, it was my final year in school, and it was also my final opportunity to participate in the J1 program, and I wasn't sure when I was going to see my best friend anymore, so I had to make the sacrifice to go to Florida and spend some time with her. So, long story short, you might have figured that out already. I'm not really good at short story. I have to go all the 400 meter? Yeah, whatever that is. I have to go the full circle. It's like I can't cut. It's like I can't be short. So, anyways, I was in Jamaica, and we talked, and he was trying to do everything to make sure the military was compatible, like certain things that I would needed to be here, because there's certain rules with the military and all that. So it took like 3 months. Yeah, because I went home September, October, November. I came here December 18 of 2018. So yeah, like 2.5 months it took for everything to come through and stuff like that. And I came here, and for the first week we stayed at it's like a living hotel. It wasn't a week. We stayed there like 3 days. And then we found out like he was going back to his barracks room. It's not allowed. It's not allowed for people to live in, moving people in the barracks room, but we did. We moved in there for like 2.5 weeks before we get our apartment. It was fun because I get to see a little bit of what life is in a barrack room or something like that. Yeah. So it was a fun experience for me. Even though I couldn't go outside, not like prison couldn't go outside. Like you couldn't be socializing because now you don't want no one to be questioning you. Oh, why are you here? Do you serve? What rank are you? I don't know anything about that. I only know my husband's ranks and stuff like that. So it was a risky, but I'm all for risk. I'll take the risk. If you go either fail or achieve or something, and risks are worth taking. So yeah, it was fun for me until we moved into our apartment. And I remember moving in, the only thing we have was a, what do you call it? Styrofoam. No, holy shirt, not styrofoam. Memory foam, Christ. Memory foam mattress on the floor. Because we're just moving in. We would have to go shopping for furniture and stuff like that. And I remember twice a month we would save to buy our stuff. Until to date, our apartment is like, I don't like clutter, so we have everything we need, just say that. So I'm not like some people who you have to have the latest bed with the remote to do because you see everyone. No, once I'm comfy and he's comfy, that's it. So our apartment has everything we needed for the moment, and I'm so grateful for that. But living here with my husband, let me just say, of course, there's a couple things change because you know you don't get to see that side of a person until you actually live with them. For me, it wasn't a big change though, because it's like simple things. The one thing that I have to say I don't have problem with is my husband putting down the toilet seat, because that would be a whole nother problem. Like, I just can't. And if you know me, you know I'm this needy person. I have to put this here in color themes, and like, you know, I'm like that. So I love a really clean, tidy place. If a sock is on the floor, I'm triggered. And that was something I had to learn to deal with. Like, not because you want it this way, not because someone else do it the opposite way, mean it's wrong. That was the hardest pill for me to swallow, because it's like, it has to be this way. There's no other way. Like, there shouldn't be a sock on the floor. And that was the one thing I had to work with, because my husband is that type. He's gonna leave the sock on the floor. Thankfully, we're living together for a year and, what month is it now? May? A year and 4 months. And I have seen a lot of improvement, and I'm so grateful for that. He put his stuff where they belong, and you know, I'm pretty sure there are things with me too, which he has to like try to live with, because like he's like, if he's had his computer desk and he puts something there, I'm the one who like to go there and rearrange his stuff. And then when he asks her, I'm like, oh, it's on the shelf there. It's there. He's like, but I put it here. But I'm like, yeah, but it's not neat there. So wrong about that, because that's his desk. You know where to put his stuff. So there was those things. I don't really see no big changes like, oh my God, you're a monster. I didn't know you were that person. No, just little things around the place like that, you know, which in every marriage you have to reach that equilibrium of meeting at that middle point. That was one thing I had to learn to do in this marriage, like learn to do compromise, because my stubborn trait is, and he's very stubborn too, so you can just imagine two stubborn person holding on to their thing. It's me or you, it's me. And then most times he just gave it to me and say I'm right. Which is like, you know, it's not, I don't know, it's sweet, but it's not fair. Sometimes it's not fair. And it took me a while to learn that, like, you know, you're too stubborn. Like, you need to loosen up. You need to, like, you're too hard at it, man. Like, seriously. My mom always told me that. Mom was like, the moment you get in marriage, you're gonna have to learn to drop a lot of those things, because it's either your way or no way. Simple. It's simple as to throw pillows in the couch. I like to set them. Let me show you guys. Say, for example, I have this throw pillow. I like to set them this way in the couch, not this way. Sometimes, depending on the area in which I arrange the couch, I would like to pack all of them like this way. But if it's not like that, it's this point down and this point up, and like, you know, let them be like really cute. And my husband would go there and lay down, and when he get up, he just fix them. Like, I'm like, no. It's like I started cringing, because I'm like, it has to be my way or no way. And I'm like, you know, that's not fair. That's really not fair to him, you know. So yeah, that's some things living with my husband. And living with my husband, and not only because it's my husband, it's something I have to learn. Even though I have been living on my own for like 4 years in college, it wasn't like really on your own. It was just like, you know, bored and staying at someone else's places. But when you know you have this full responsibility here as a couple, and you both have to meet, and you know you have bills, you have to be responsible adults. Like, you don't have no family member to be calling upon. Oh, I need some money for this kind of stuff. No, you're grown. So, you know, I was all for that already. I was very mature when it comes to financial stuff and, making sure responsibilities and needs are taken care of before wants, because there's a lot of things we want. We both want a lot of things, but we both understand that our needs, rent, food, bills, loans, whatever, those come first, and that's one thing I have to say I really respect about my husband. You make sure the priorities are taken care of. And with me being a priority and him being a priority to me, that's very important. So, yeah, that's it. Life isn't, it's not easy. I have my days where I wrapped up in the bed and literally cry my eyes out. Because you hurt me? No. Because it's like I miss my family. It's my first time like moving away from my family at that. The furthest I've been was like an hour and a half to two from Clarendon to Kingston when I was in school. And I make sure if I have a free weekend on my hand, Kingston, you ain't seeing me. I'm going home to my family. I'm a family person. I'm very close to my family. So that was the hardest thing for me. At first, it was like, oh wow, I get to be in the US now, not after thinking about going back home unless it's for vacation and stuff like that. But listen, some days it's home. It hits harder than some days. And I'm just like, it's okay, it's for the best. And my family understand that that's a sacrifice that I have made and they respect it. And I try to make it a point to talk to my family every day. Like, I have 8 siblings. Yeah. And my youngest sister is going to be 20 soon. So, yeah, all of my siblings are big people, married, living together, having kids and all that. But our relationship is like really close. So, me migrating here was a very big deal, knowing that I'm doing what I have to do and knowing that they respect that enough because it makes me happy. But when I saw the family reunions, when I saw my parents' birthdays, my sibling, their big days, stuff they're achieving, and not there to celebrate it, sometimes it's hard. But I have a whole family all to myself. So that's another thing. But living here with my husband is one of the best decisions I have made to date. I can tell you that. It's one of the best decisions. It has allowed me to grow in so many ways in which I didn't know that I need to grow in. And it has given me a whole different perspective in life in general. He has been my rock. We have our fight, we have our argument. And let me just clarify for Jamaicans, it doesn't mean fist fight. No, my husband doesn't hit me. No, it's literally disagreement, an argument, whatever we would call it in Jamaica. It's not fist fight. Because the first time he told me, like, when I met him, he was like, oh, me and such have a fight. I'm like, holy hell, why would you hit them? Why would you do that? He's like, no, I didn't hit them. It's just an argument. I'm like, oh, so that's what you call a fight? Okay. I'm like, telling the Jamaica you got to fight. You're talking about face punch and everything. So yeah, we have all that. But as I say, if you can work through it, you have to work through it. There's no way you can work through there's no way you can work through these things if you really love that person. And you can come at me, you can be like, you can love the person, they hurt you to an extent. I can understand that because we're all human and there's just this much hurt a person can take before they break. So I can understand that. But I'm talking like some of the things that I just listed. Not putting the pillows upright, whatever. Those are simple things. I mean, I say they're simple. Probably they're a big deal to other person. And even though they trigger me so much, it's like, God dang it, fix the pillow the right way. But marriage is hard. That's one thing I won't tell you. Marriage is hard. And it's a full-time job. Like a full-time job, and you doesn't get free days. You doesn't get to call in late. There's no retirement plan. There's nothing for this job. It's a full-time 24-hour 24/7 two people working together for it to work. Like, it's a full-time job, and the only way out, as I told my husband and as he told me, is in a box. That's the only way out. So I would encourage everyone, especially young couples, marriage is something that needs to be thought over. Yeah, told me I got engaged in just 2 months after meeting the person and got married a year after. But as I said, when there's a connection, when there's chemistry, there's literally much you need to like think through. But it's a big decision, and it's one that doesn't need to be forced. You doesn't need to compromise your self-esteem, your self-morals, what you believe in, just for it. Just to say, oh, I have a ring on my finger, and oh, I'm married. No, you need to maintain your standard, and if that person can't meet your standards, then no. That's what I would say. Because that's what I do. That's exactly what I do. So, and as I said, this is not a, oh, how to build your marriage session or nothing. This is just telling you about the crazy story of how I met the love of my life and all the journeys that we have to take and stuff like that. That's just literally it. So, thank you guys for watching as always. We love you guys. Please like, share, and subscribe. And see you in the next video. I'm going to be sharing with you guys how is it being a military wife. How is it being exactly a army wife. It's crazy, but it's sweet. It's bittersweet. So stay tuned for the next video, guys. And as always, thank you for watching. Please share, like, and subscribe.